Draper Knitting Company also produces many non-woven products with the recycled PET resin. But the busiest machines and operators at the mill are those involved with knitting. Knitters, like Patty Blaze, a second-generation Draper employee, can run as many as 7 machines at a time.
I do about 6 or 7 machines, and I try to push for 8 to keep busy, and I try to pick up the extra machine. But they know, just to keep busy. I love the work, I really do. Keeps me in shape. I'm busy, and I like to keep busy, and it's a good job.
Before it can be knit, the fiber goes through the blending machinery, which opens up the fiber and prepares it for carding. Carding takes the tangled fibers and gathers them into a strand called a sliver, which is then fed into the knitting machine. Many of Draper's EcoPile products are high-pile knits, commonly found in jersey material, imitation fur, blankets, and coat linings.
What you see operating are the circular knit high-pile machines. That incorporates a yarn and a sliver that we just saw come off the card. So high pile is the process of putting a fiber into the back yarn to form the high pile.
The fabric is inspected and sent to the floor below for final processing. In the roll-up room, Joseph Enriquez performs a final inspection as he stitches the sections together to form rolls 82 to 85 feet long for shipping.
These rolls, we're rolling them up and pulling them at a great pressure. And if the seam is not made right, well, yeah, there'll be problems because we have to pull it all over back and redo it all over.
The original Draper Company was founded over 150 years ago, in 1856. Some of the machines at Draper, originally used on non-synthetic fibers like cotton and wool, are only a few decades younger than that.
The oldest machine in the company dates back to before the turn of the century. Still lasts incredibly long. You have to maintain needles in those kinds of moving parts, but basically they go on forever as long as you're willing to run them.
Because so much of the textile industry has moved overseas, Draper finds itself not only competing with foreign companies for business, but for parts for their vintage machines. Since the machines and their parts are no longer built, their operators often turn to the boneyard to fill their needs.
There are a lot of people that deal with used machinery strictly for parts for people like us. If we think something is going to become difficult to get, we try to lay in a supply, and you can kind of figure out how much you want. And what you do is you scavenge everything off them before they go. They become scrap metal after that.
The Drapers credit their EcoPile line for keeping the 150-year-old company thriving in today's extremely competitive market.
When I came, we were making great amounts of very few products, and now we're making small amounts of a great number of products. We're into the niche markets and the specialty products. The demand for Eco in our future, it seems to be growing, so we're excited about the prospects there.
60% of all virgin PET produced in the world is still used for synthetic fibers. Bottles come in second at 30%. But Draper Knitting Company in Canton, Massachusetts, one of the oldest textile mills in America, uses a proprietary process to give millions of PET containers a year a second chance to become polyester products, with the trade name EcoPile.
We're in every rubber fireman's boot in North America. We're in fashion markets with outerwear. We're in paint rollers, shoe and boot liners, gloves, hats, slip covers. I can't think of a process that it might not work on.